Soon we will know. But first, we're gonna fight in a boss, actually, which is a sort of cool boss. I think the last one we fought was Scarlet, and she's a good design. A little bit derivative, but a good design. And cool fight for the most part. We're gonna get another cool design, thankfully. And I think I've said it before, but the enemy and slash monster designs in this game, besides the Order Soldier, are really good. They're done by somebody named Kenzie Lamar, and they're usually better in the concept art, of course, because the modelers aren't so good, but they do a good job, right? And the only issue is that the monsters themselves don't have much symbolism. They're very interesting visually, unless they're, derivative stuff like the smog or the nurses, creepers, stuff like that. But otherwise, they're pretty good, to be honest. And this area I do like, with this cool, eerie, seeping fog that seems to move up. I think that's really cool. Especially here on these stairs, where you can see it's the fog moving up very slowly, and then up on top it looks like it's going down. Right? So I think that's pretty cool. I don't know about you, but credit where credit's due. This is a cool part of the game, and good job, whoever made this. I won't budge, so we have to go this way. Oh, and I don't think that the game broke when I saved. It didn't screaming noises in the distance. It didn't really pause or freeze, I don't think, which is cool. Well, I wish we could go fight the boss, but we have to do this stupid little fight first. Oh, thankfully it doesn't matter, because Wheeler just shot them dead. You know what, I'm cool with other characters being with you in Silent Hill game, if it's this one, because they'll kill you and save you from the broken combat. Or they'll kill the enemies, they won't kill you. My bad. Game is frozen for a second there. But you know what, I'm in a good mood because I didn't have to fight those guys. So I'm not gonna rag on the game for freezing up like a buggy piece of shit. There's another save symbol, even though we already used one like 3 seconds ago. But the boss is right here, and we can tell because it's a boss door. Okay. So let's go ahead here and use the door. Same one as on the outside of Scarlet, and this is a kind of a cool door design. I don't know if it'd work in real life.
Judge Holloway.
Alex!
Quick, you get her loose before they start pumping the gas. I'll shut off the valves.
Alex, thank God. How did you find me?
We don't have time to talk. I've got to get you out of here.
What is that? Where did you get that?
It's Els.
Elle, where is she? Is she okay?
I don't know. I'll find her, though. I promise. She said she took this from you. So I guess you should have it back.
This isn't mine. It belonged to Nora.
Nora?
Hey, turn on the gas!
So I don't think there's much more that's going to be said in this cutscene. Wheeler got kidnapped, but I don't think he died. You'll notice that, well, I'll point it out after the cutscene, but just remember Judge Holloway. So again, this is a really cool design. It's called Asphyxia, and you'll notice if you look closely, the hands coming out from the back are not only on the top, but are also covering the mouth of the monster. And we're going to delve into this design a little more once we get finished fighting her. But it is named Asphyxia, and has to do with the Holloway family. As you can tell, there's been a few different, the monsters are inspired by the family, and there's one for each family, it would seem. So you can kind of guess that at the end there's going to be one for the Shepherd family. But this is pretty cool anyways. We're going to try to fight her. I guess we'll use our shotgun, just since we have ammo, and it's pretty strong. But we'll talk about her design in a minute. It is a cool design. And this came out in 2008, so this precedes the Human Centipede movie by 2 whole years, which means this is a pretty original design. Oofta. This is tough. My only problem with Asphyxia is that she's so fast it's hard to avoid her. Even when I get up, I can't really do much. Nice action jump. Let's use the medkit. Overwatch started an update. Uh-oh. I wish you could reload when you weren't in the aiming. And I think the problem is that when you turn around, you run considerably slower. Okay, this boss fight kind of sucks. Not because the boss fight is bad, but because the combat mechanics and movement mechanics in general are bad in this game. The boss is cool. Uh-oh. She's not even holding me up like she's meant to be. I was meant to be at the top, but the game glitched out. Okay, let's try to fight her melee style. Okay, this time she grabbed me correctly. She didn't seem to flinch so far from the damage I've given her. So I don't know what we're supposed to do. I don't know. I was down on the floor. Oh, I know what I should do. I should try dodging. That's a good trick. Okay, I tried. I can't even get up before she hits me again. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Yeah, this kind of sucks. I'm sorry. That's a good design, but this kind of nice sweep attack. I try my best to dodge, but it only works sometimes. That attack didn't even connect. So you can see the hands are over her mouth, on account of her name being Asphyxia. I wonder if I use my dagger, if it'd be easier. Maybe the axe is just too slow. I don't know what in the world that was. So that was really bizarre. But I guess if I hold the hands out from her mouth, she doesn't die. So she was being choked and asphyxiated, but then I removed the hands from her mouth, which meant she wasn't, which means she died. And then her body just disappears, which is the only boss's body that has done so far. So that's a very strange thing, because the other, it almost seems like Scarlet, I didn't prevent her from getting cut up and destroyed. I just kept doing it. And with the whatever the old one was, Bartlett, that family's sepulchre monster, I didn't unbury it. So it doesn't really, there's no consistency. But it is a cool design. It predates Human Centipede. It's a row of bodies choking each other. You can see it has apparently like hands on its torso, and they seem to the bodies are melding together, head and ass and so on. And there's an obvious, if you can tell from this, vaginal or vagina or vaginal symbolism. Again, this is just some thrown at the wall meant to and just nonsense about how Josh has, or how Alex has, repressed sexual drive, I guess, so he thinks a lot about vaginas. The only thing that doesn't make sense about that is that Nora Holloway, this asphyxia is what she represents, or what asphyxia represents is Nora Holloway, who is a little girl when she died, so why does she have massive breasts and vagina and is very sexualized? Tom Hewlett says that it's because of Alex's, issues, but that doesn't make sense because these are monsters created by the town. These aren't coming from Alex's mind. The rest of the stuff, I guess you could say, is. The Rust Otherworld doesn't really, since that's Alessa's thing, but this is unrelated to her Alessa, so it's just kind of, there's no reason it's there. The other monsters had nothing to do with his psyche, but this one does. I don't know. Again, there's no consistency. The only consistency there is that some of the monster designs are good. Not much symbolism or really good meaning behind them, but that's not up to the designer. The designer just comes from things from a visual standpoint, and she does a good job. The game just went a little nuts there. Oh, I see why, because it's not responding. I really hope it doesn't crash. Oh, it didn't. So this section is leading up to a church. There's Josh on the ground. It's also leading up to the game freezing here, as you can see. And this church is called the Church of the Holy Way, and it's based off of the church that you see in Silent Hill, the movie. Again, this is basically Silent Hill, the movie, the game. I'll show you a picture of the church's, or the movie's church right here. And then look at this and compare. You can see that it's obviously based off of that. Tom Hewlett and the developers said it was based off of that. So, let's do it. This is actually an okay section, if I remember correctly. I'm not positive, though. Whoa, I got a lot of pistol ammo. Oh, I wasn't even close enough to see him, but I got close enough physically that I played the cutscene anyways. Very nice. What does that say? This looks hot. Yeah, it probably is. Uh-oh, it's Smog. He's so scary, I'll avoid him. We're gonna look out for items here, but I don't think there are any. And thankfully Smog is probably the slowest enemy in the game, so we can just avoid him. I'll look out for items here, but... Huh, I sort of remember this being a longer area leading up to the church, with puzzles and stuff. Oh, I think I might be thinking of Downpour. Is this a church? Yes, it clearly is. Yeah, in Downpour there's an area leading up to the ending, which is just like this. Not that the church is the ending, there's one more area after this. Sorry, I'm moving my mic. So here we go, Church of the Holy Way. Kinda cool, it's okay. I'll say this section is okay. What a beautiful design. I wonder what it sounded like when it was playing. So this is in Oregon. Looks like another place where I can use the dagger. Of course we get the exact same hesitant dagger animation, even though he's used it 1,000 times. And it will unlock a few areas where we can go perform puzzles. And there are 5 slots that can each hold an item. So this is kind of an okay level, because we're going to... Oh, schisms. Because we're going to gather up some items, solve individual puzzles throughout the area, and treat this as sort of a little hub. So you know what, I appreciate this part of the game. No matter how much I dodge, it just doesn't seem to work just right. That time it worked. Cool. And there's sort of a nice relaxing church music in the background, so, you know, I'm giving this area credit. So far, it is not so bad. Besides from the horrible combat. Let's see what we have here. A statue holding something. I can't make out the expression on its face, but the object is blocking my view. Looks as though something is missing from this plate. So we're gonna have to put something here. I'm gonna hold my pistol because I have max ammo for it. The gate is locked. Perhaps they're controlled from somewhere else in the church. A painting, but I can't make out the image. It's clearly some creepy faces. This window is clearly just a texture, though, to outside. It's not a window at all, sadly. But we're gonna have to go check the other side. Again, I'm feeling good about this area. I'm giving it the full benefit of the doubt. So if you like this game, you know, if it botches it, it botches it. That's the game's fault. Don't blame me for being a negative Nancy. Looks like a baptismal font. There's something floating inside, but I can't quite make it out. Some kind of grate on top. I wonder if I can move it. Sounds like there's some horrible swarm around here. I'll turn this. And of course I can't attack this enemy. And now I just have to sit here helplessly while it drains my health off my face. I hit the dodge button. It might have correlated with me being able to grab it. It's the exact same body we've seen a million times, cut in half, rotting, partial corpse. I wonder who this was. I don't know, but we got an item. The chalice plate. That's probably one of the 5 plates we need. I think there's a mirror here, isn't there? Joshua taking a picture of himself in our bathroom. What? Why does he look so creepy in this picture? Why did he need to look so creepy? And he just wrote me. There's no reason to look like such a little shit. But oh well. Ever since RE4, Resident Evil 4, it's been sort of an excerpt from a psalm. Blessed is the man who does not tread the path of the wicked, or stand in the ways of sinners, or sit in the seat of mockers. Cool. Sounds like there's more swarm somewhere. I can never relax and just enjoy or digest the area, because they always have to send swarm at you. They think you always need to be busy with fighting enemies, which defeats the point. This looks out of place, an unlit candle. A health drink. I obviously can't go that way. I don't want to save our game just yet. Let's go in the booth here. There appears to be someone on the inside. Maybe they'll know what's going on. Let's talk to him.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been 4 years since my last confession. I don't blame you for ignoring me, Father. I'm not even sure you can help me. I'm lost. I'm so deep beyond the reach of my faith, and I'm sinking further away.
What could you have done that was so terrible?
I took my role as a father and I turned it into a daily chore. Fed him, cleaned him, put him to bed. I treated the dog with more respect. And when I was given a second son, the first might as well have been a stranger sleeping in our house.
Okay, so I'm just gonna blurt in here and say this is obviously our father. This is Alex's dad. You can tell from his voice. If you can't, I'll spoil it for you. This is Alex's dad. So he treated the second son, i.e. Josh, much better than the first, Alex. And so should we say you don't sound sorry, or sounds like you can change? Let's say sounds like you can change, just to be nice.
I feel that you could start loving your son at any time.
I do love my son, Father. I love both my sons. But I had to make a choice. And the only way to live with that was to make sure my son never loved me. I had to make sure that he would never feel joy or compassion. all the things that make life worth living. You must understand, I was only trying to make things easier for him. And for me. And for this selfishness, I ask forgiveness.
If you truly want forgiveness, then you already have it.
Thank you, Father. And now I have something for you, Father.
I don't need anything from you. What?
Okay. So I just want to say that they gave us the choice to say that sounds like you can change or sounds like you aren't really sorry. Instead of giving us the choice to say, like in Silent Hill 3, if you give forgiveness or not, they just have you say it like then, and then the game just decides based on what you think based on that. It decides based on what they think you think based off of that statement instead of giving you the actual choice, which is kind of bizarre. And I guess he was trying to make it easier for us who didn't want his son Alex to ever feel joy for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, he left this here for us, a kneeling man plate. And a lot of people point to this scene as being okay in Homecoming. Not only was it executed poorly, as I just explained, but it's also completely derivative of Silent Hill 3's forgiveness section in the church or / chapel at the end of the game. So don't give it too much respect. That's kind of shitty, honestly. It was done much more poorly and in a much more clear way than the sort of subtle, vague as to who it is in Silent Hill 3. In fact, we still don't know who it is in Silent Hill 3. There's just theories. So we're going to take that candle we got earlier and put it here, because it seems like it fit. Yep, it did. So this lady will give us a plate. And we're going to grab the candle plate. And thankfully this gate opened, which means we can go up here and get the last two. So that's probably L. Alright, L. I guess she needs help. And now we're on the other side here. Health drink. There's some sort of noise coming from these paintings. Together, the three paintings form a scene of a man pursuing a mysterious woman. And symbolically, I don't know if this is based off a real painting. It probably is. Or that it is a real painting. But I know that this is sort of meant to explain, because we just heard about Elle needing help down here. So the symbolism of this is, of course, that Alex has some feelings for her and is thus pursuing Elle. Which is not very subtle, but, you know, it's fine symbolism. It's much... it has more substance than the other symbols in the game, so respect to it. That's of a man being restrained by roots from the tree. His eyes are fixed on the woman in the first painting. Let's cut it. And grab the tree plate. The middle panel depicts an ancient dying tree. It reminds me of the one in the hotel atrium. Let's cut it for fun. And I think that, yeah, it sends in Monster F for us since we cut the wrong one. I can't get the swarm off of me because I'm fighting this thing. Let's use the serum. Swarm everywhere. So let's not cut the third one, just to be safe. But I think that means we have 4 plates. We need one more, which means that it should be over here. And let's use this pistol when we get back downstairs for those schisms. The game froze. That's okay. And here's a cool painting. A scene of a knight being stabbed in the back by an executioner. What did he do to deserve this? The center window has something before it. The sword plate. Whoa, hi Siam. Oh, I wanted to talk about that. I hope we can go back up there. I'll try it. That sucks. I hate that we have to keep getting cutscenes from enemies we've already seen 100 times. I also hate that they don't get stunned at all by shotgun shots. I can't switch weapons. I'm about to get hit. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can run upstairs. Oh, I can't because of this barbed wire. Okay, I just want to talk about that painting. I didn't think taking something would put me back down here. And also, it means I missed a medkit up there. Just because I had the nerve to examine the painting before I took the medkit. That's great game design. Alright, I'll show you a picture here of the painting. Or the stained glass, I guess. And it's just worth noting that the executioner, excuse me, of the night vaguely resembles Valtiel, who I'll show you a picture of here, from Silent Hill 3, who, if you remember, is the sort of dual spirit slash other side slash different manifestation of Pyramid Head, which makes sense since Pyramid Head is an executioner, so it's just kind of a neat reference. I don't know if it's meant to be, but, you know, it's cool. So let's figure out these puzzles. Desire, that would be the puzzle that we got from the man chasing the woman. Vengeance could be swordplate, because he was being executed. Penitence, sacrifice, sorrow. Well, penitence, I think he was trying to make it a kneeling man. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorrow, maybe the dead guy, which was the chalice or candle, I don't know. The last two are kind of unclear. Let's start over. I know for sure I can't take this for some reason. I can't pick up this last plate. Okay. I know for sure this is the tree. I can't pick up this plate. It's just... I can pick up this one. Not this, though. God forbid that the game not be broken mechanically. So wait, what am I gonna do if that's the wrong one? Oh, I got it somehow, okay. So let's think about this again. What were the puzzles? Or where did we find them? There was the candle one, which had the woman. And from that we got the... Did we get the candle or the chalice? I'm not sure. But I know we also got the other plate from the dead guy in there. We got the kneeling man plate, which was... That's gotta be penitence. So let's put that in. No, I want to look at the... Please stop doing this. That goes in penitence. So vengeance, we're gonna say, is the sword. Sacrifice and sorrow. Well, sacrifice would be the one where the guy died, I think. But I don't know which one we got out of that. I think we'll say the chalice, and then the sorrow was the one with... Oh, that was right. Okay. See, I thought I was gonna have to stab it, and if I got it wrong, another monster would come. And here we see our father hanging by his arms. Let's go say hi to Dad.
Alex? What are you doing here? I'm here to save Joshua. Joshua? You can't save him. You need to get out of here. Stop giving me orders, Dad. You have no idea what I'm capable of. You hate me. choice. And now I'm paying for it. We all are. After all I've done, you still wear my old dog tags. That must mean something.
What are you talking about? These are mine. I'm a soldier, just like you wanted.
Alex, you've been in the hospital.
I know. I was wounded in battle.
No. A mental hospital. You've been there ever since the accident.
No, that's not true. I'm a soldier. I protect people.
We had to take you there. After that night. After I gave your brother this.
What is this thing? What did you do? Where's Joshua? No! No! No!
Okay, so we got the Shepherd family ring. And, the game was frozen there. So there's a lot of things to say here. I just want to first touch on the reason that we keep seeing the exact same body split in half is to foreshadow this splitting in half here. If you remember near the beginning of the game, there is a doctor who's pushing us around at the beginning, and he was wearing a doctor's mask, and he got killed in the hallway by a great knife. It was in fact our father, and it was foreshadowing this situation, of course, which is pretty interesting. That's the reason why the hands of the schism and are kind of different. There's a duality. One's really long, one's really small. It has a split down the head. It's why there's a lot of I guess not a lot, but in at least the schism is what it's meant to represent, is the schism, the dichotomy, the bifurcation of reality and unreality, of fiction and reality, essentially meaning that the reality is all this horrible stuff is going on, and the reality is that Alex was in a mental hospital, and the fiction was that he was a soldier and wounded in battle. Hence all this splitting symbolism, the split between reality and fiction, and so on. And that's about the only good piece of lore or depth to this game, which I do appreciate and I do acknowledge is pretty interesting. My issue with it comes with the fact that the entire justification for giving this game its shitty, broken, supposedly fast-paced and good combat, as opposed to the other games, is because Alex is a soldier, hence why he does his crazy jump-ups off the floor and back, like Kung Fu Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee, recoveries when he gets knocked down, why he does his, crazy combos with knives, and why he knows how to shoot guns really well, and all that. And then we find out, of course, that he's not actually a soldier. So this entire justification is spat on. And sure, you can say all you want that he was trained by his dad, this guy right here, when he was a kid. But it doesn't really make sense on account of his confession just happened, and he said that he completely ignored him except for feeding him and putting to bed. He gave him no care beyond that, right? He neglected him. So it doesn't make sense that he would have trained him. It just makes no sense. That's all I'm saying. The entire justification is a complete lie. The entire everything about it is just a complete lie. It's ridiculous. It really is. And yeah, I mean that's about all there is to say right here. It's kind of silly. Also, the second and I believe last appearance of Pyramid Head, we see him in the hotel, or much earlier in the game, the Grand Hotel, which coincidentally is in the Silent Hill movie, the Grand Hotel. And we also see him. Well, we see his knife at the beginning of the game in the hospital. Otherwise, we only see him really twice, here and in the Grand Hotel. Again, no point, he's just there for branding. Dad's remains. And the split is just a texture that bleeds. It's not actually a 3D model or mesh in any way. So now, it is our job to head down into this mine behind the church. So you know what, that was, I mean, there's a lot of flaws with like all of this, but at least that little scene was done okay, I guess. Now we have to put on this mining suit to get past the steam. So we'll run past this. And we'll hit this elevator. And this will take us down. I'm gonna stop as soon as I get to a safe point.
Going down. You like your job, soldier? I love what I do. Fixing things. It's my gift. But now, I have direction. Clarity. It's important to know who you are. Don't you agree, soldier?
Okay, so I guess we got hit in the back and then that made us pass out. Let me show you a clip of that here. I got hit in the back and I passed out from that. Doesn't make any sense. Anyways, I guess he knew who I was from under the mining suit. I guess he could smell me. I don't know what the deal with that was. But now we get wheeled around again, just like at the beginning of the game. Well, not wheeled around, but dragged around, looking up. Which I guess is a good callback. But here, coming up, I suppose I should be quiet.
Judge Holloway.
You should probably call me Margaret. You're so grown up now.
I found Al, but I don't know what happened. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. You try so hard to raise a child, to instill your values into her. You want her to be her own person, but you hope she'll always remember what's important. Family.
What's going on?
Family is the most important thing, Alex. I would do anything to protect them. That's why I sacrificed my daughter.
What?
The founders. They had good intentions. They left the Order to start a new life in Shepherd's Glen. But they feared the wrath of our God. So they made a pact to keep us safe. All that was required was a small sacrifice. Our children. Once every 50 years, the founding families must make an offering to appease the god. One of our children, our own flesh and blood, struck down by our own hands. I did what was required. I watched the light fade from Nora's eyes as I took her life, knowing death would protect our family, protect Shepherd's
Josh.
Glen. No, Alex. One of us failed. Lacked the strength to fulfill his duty. Your father.
Where's Joshua?
Don't you see? Because of him, our sacrifices were in vain. The pact with our God was broken. Your father's lack of conviction cursed us all. You was to revive the order which our founders abandoned. True faith.
By kidnapping? By murdering?
Murdering? I've given them life to rebirth.
And what about Elle? You gonna kill her too?
I've tried to make Elle understand. But she's like you, Alex. She still thinks there are such things as good and evil. But there aren't. There is only chaos and order. Show my daughter the price of her disobedience.
Don't! Look! I can help you with all this. There must be another way.
No, Alex. It's time I finished what your father called.
Okay, so now we're gonna get tortured. I just want to point out that if Cletus was with them the whole time, right? I'm gonna struggle to break free here. If Cletus, or whoever his name is, I don't remember it, was gonna be with us the whole time, or with the, sorry, I'm focusing on this here. If he was with these people the whole time, the cult, the order, whatever you want to call them, then why did he help us by giving us a gun? Why didn't he just knock us out and capture us there? What's the deal with that? I guess he just wanted to do it later so that there was a twist in the game. I guess. Anyways, she did a really bad job securing me in this chair that was built to secure people in, because I was able to just break free and kill her anyways. Cool. And the game froze. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. This game is really good. At least I like this track, huh? Am I talking? It sounds like it's coming from in here, but from outside the door. But I guess I called her a bitch. Judge Holloway lied to us all. I'm glad she's dead. That's a good way to die. Look at that face. Ooh. Rough. Anyways, we'll grab the comically named lair map, and the ceremonial dagger will get back, and a medkit. And here we're going to save the game, and I think I'll stop for today, since they've gotten through a couple of big levels here. And this is the final area of the game, so the next episode should be the final one, unless I struggle immensely with the last boss. Which may happen on account of the last boss is very hard. It's incredibly hard, actually. So let's overwrite the save of Dark Times. And we're good to go. So thank you very much for watching. We will finish this atrocity on the next episode. Thanks a lot. Have a good day, or night, wherever you are, and take care.